Flyperbole, 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 Flyperbole.
Hey. Time for Flyperbole. Why is it Macho Man? Why did I go with Macho Man? Why did my brain go there? I don't know. But here we are, folks. We're back. We were supposed to be here Friday, but I had I was going to say the week from hell, but it wasn't hellacious. I actually had a very fun week, but I overcommitted myself to creative projects, and we got busy on Friday, and we delayed it a couple days, but that's okay. We got a little Tuesday night, and it's also the friggin' summer, so who cares, baby? There's no hockey to talk about right now, Ryan Quigley.
There's really not much to talk about, Steve Jaco. And you know what? It's just, it was kind of nice on Friday to take that day and kind of rely. It was Summer Friday, and I had a plan come up that I didn't realize was actually going to be coming up. And so I was like, all right, well, I feel like I have to see this through. So I did that. And then, yeah, man, it's crazy that summer's almost over. Like,
yes.
Today kind of feels like fall light, doesn't it? Just a little bit.
Oh, because it cooled down significantly today. It wasn't like ass humid all day. It was a little humid, but like the temperature was so cool you didn't notice that.
Right. Yeah.
And in the afternoon, it actually just felt like a nice like summer day on the way home.
Solid day. Yeah.
Yeah. It does feel like that. I mean, like we're not quite at hockey news, but we're almost at hockey news. And football's like really ramping up right now. Like I just had to start thinking about my fantasy league, which is starting up in 2 weeks. So, fantasy league, I've run one for a really long time now. And my friend had to remind me the other day, he's like, are you going to schedule the draft? I'm like, I guess I should. So fantasy league's coming up.
How many are you in?
I'm going to be in 2 this year.
Okay. 2 is my max. I can't go more than that.
I could do 3, but like one of them would have to be free.
So my friend just reached out and he said, hey man, would you like to join? He told me about his fantasy league that he's, I guess him and his friends and I think family have been doing it for like ever, like years and years. And guess what the buy-in is for this league?
Friends and family? I would think it would be like $50 or something.
Go up.
Hundo.
Up.
200.
Up.
$300?
$300.
$300 in a friends and family league? Like
300.
My friends and family league is 25. Okay. Which is low, but it's mostly for fun. You know, we just do it for fun and shit talking each other. And then the other league I do is my buddies, like college friends. And I worked my way in this league a couple of years ago, and that's 100. And I feel like that's a serious commitment for me. Yeah. 300, I would be like sweating bullets every week over every decision I'm making.
I would do $100 buy-in. I think that's probably like the max that I would do, but I would do that.
The 100 league is good. And it's crazy because it's like, it's an auction league, which is nuts. And it's 2 QBs, which is like,
that shit's weird to me.
Dude, the 2 QBs has screwed me all these years. Like, because it's hard to balance. Like last year I thought I had it because I got Hurts and Purdy, and then Purdy kind of sucked ass, and then Hurts got hurt when it was time for like playoffs for fantasy. So it was like I got screwed.
Yeah. Why does Hurts and Purdy sound like a small business where
Hurts and Purdy attorneys? Or I feel like they're attorneys, but it could also be like a small business, like Hurts and Purdy floral arrangements are
yes. That's exactly what it would be. Yes, it would be floral arrangements. It would be like an edible arrangement or something like that.
Yeah,
I could totally see that.
That's so Purdy funny. Edible arrangements.
That's so good.
What a business.
Now, yeah, I will say I've been trying to get my fantasy hockey league to be. So my fantasy hockey league has been around I think we've hit the decade mark. Oh, wow. We've been going at it for a long time. And I have been trying, and everyone in the league takes it like pretty serious. Like they get after it, and they all update their teams. And the last couple of years, really, I've been trying to say like, hey, are we making this money league? Like, what are we doing? and most of the league is down for it, but there's this one dude in the league who like refuses to use Venmo, and so
What?
I don't think he's like down with Venmo or Cash App or any of that stuff, and so he would want to do it with cash, and so like
Send me a check post haste.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, I feel like you can front that guy though, and then like make him pay up when he sees you or somebody who lives in the 21st century.
Well, that's the thing. I don't really see him. You know, I
But
would
does
love
he see
to.
anybody else? You know?
No,
Well, then
no, yeah.
kick him out.
I need him on the. I love him. Number one. Number two, he's good. He's like his teams are always good. So I feel like I can't get rid of him because like that would like that takes away some of the parity of the league. You know what I mean? So
Ooh,
Yeah.
parody right there. That's the big word. That's the word of the day over here. No, it's not.
I do think if I had an executive order to make it, which I do, I'm the GM.
You
or
are.
I'm
You are the
commissioner. But if
You're the captain now.
if I decided that we're making this a money league, I think I would make it optimally. I would make it 100. But I feel like some people would be like, "Nah, that's too much."
For hockey, I might balk a bit at 100 because football. I almost feel like football, because you don't have to pay as much attention to it for as long of a time.
Yeah,
It's a little bit less of like a crazy commitment. Whereas like hockey, it's like you got months and months of that ahead of you.
yeah,
Like football, you got 18. It's really just 17 weeks because no league worth its salt has the championship in the last week because like half the good teams aren't trying in the last week.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I just I would love to make my hockey league a money league. I don't think that'll happen though. But
I don't think it is going to happen. But you know, this is the worst transition, but it's also the best transition. You know where you can get some NHL action is our sponsor FanDuel, who has some great NHL bets. That's way too reedy, but like, hey, we're going to talk about some FanDuel real quick because FanDuel is going to be helping us pay those old bills. But folks, thanks to FanDuel for sponsoring the show. We got baseball bets happening right now, right? Like it's not quite football season yet. Football season, I plan on having some regular features on, maybe just saying what I'm liking for the week. But right now, baseball, you know what I'm liking? I'm liking your red hot Phillies who just threw up a 12 spot on the Seattle Mariners last night. And Bryce Harper hit 2 monster dingers. So why not ride that hot Bryce hand? Trey Turner got his, I think, 1500th hit or something like that. So ride those hot hands. Come on, FanDuel, go do it. But yeah, I'm excited for football season. That's a very fall thing right there. And
Yeah.
I go Birds. I'm going to see the Lombardi Trophy up close and personal this week. So very excited. In case you forgot, the Eagles did win the Super Bowl over the Kansas City Chiefs pretty handily.
not a lot of people remember that.
Although, according to the Chiefs documentary series or whatever, it was a 1 possession game.
What?
Did you see that? It was
I
circulating.
mean, I guess
on
at
Blue
one
Sky.
point in the game, it was a 1 possession game. At one point, like
let
when
me
it
look
7-0.
it up. I like too many skeets. I still hate calling them skeets. Skeets is no good. But too many posts on Blue Sky. But I'm gonna just scroll back real quick. And I found it already. Okay. This was from our good buddy Treblaw, who's a social media, I think, legend at this point. But it's The Kingdom, episode 6, available August 20th. An exclusive new docuseries charts Kansas City's pursuit of history and the stories that built a powerhouse franchise. The Kingdom offers inside access to the Kansas City Chiefs 2024 campaign as they chased history to become the first NFL team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Filmed throughout the 15-win regular season, the 6-episode series digs deep into 6 decades of triumphs, setbacks, and family legacy, capturing every high-stakes moment that ended 1 possession short of the ultimate prize.
What?
1 possession short.
That just doesn't make sense at all in any way.
No. Like, is there some sort of NBA Jam type touchdown they could have scored that would have gotten them 40 points? Because they got their asses beat.
Yeah. It's like like a multiplier. Remember in like SSX Tricky where there was like the like Uber or whatever, you could hit Uber, and then all of your tricks would be like,
Right. They
triple
would have
points or
needed
something.
some ridiculous power up to achieve those levels right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that.
It's just ridiculous. Just
That's so dumb.
It's so dumb, and it's not true. It's I hate to use this term, but it's very fake news right there. They got their asses beat.
No.
So you were also just talking about impossibly good, athletes and such. So Bill and I on PHLY last week, we made hockey teams of fictional characters that have played hockey.
Mhm.
And Bill mentioned Rocket. Was it Rocket Power at the beginning? Or Rocket League?
Rocket, like the cartoon?
Yeah.
Rocket
But like,
Power.
yeah, he's like disqualifying that. And he's like, they always win at everything. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Bill. So I was like, let me ask Ryan Quigley next time I talk to him if he's familiar with Rocket Power.
So you don't know Rocket Power?
I'm 41, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So I guess that makes sense. Rocket Power was arguably the best cartoon on TV when I was like 6, 7, 8, however years old. It was on Nickelodeon. Like Nickelodeon back in the day, man. Rocket Power, SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, Angry Beavers.
Yeah. See, I was Ren and Stimpy. I was watching Nickelodeon when like the original Nicktoons lineup came out with Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy. And
Hey Arnold.
Was Rocco in the original? Rocco was up there because Rocco was one of the like OGs for me. Hey Arnold was like around the time I started I watched some Hey Arnold with my sisters, but like that's when I started aging out.
Yeah.
Rocket Power premiered. When did it premiere? 1999.
Yeah.
So for me at that point, I was already a teenager. In high school, I was about to start high school at that point.
Yeah.
So like Rocket Power was like out of my wheelhouse at that point. So he's like, oh, I forget you're a little bit older. I know these youthful good looks hide the fact that I'm a man in his 40s. So I'm like, I bet Quigley will be very familiar with Rocket Power.
Rocket Power was one of my favorite because it was such a perfect show for that time because like at the time back in like the late 90s, that's when like extreme sports were the shit. Like,
oh, I know. I went to the X Games in Philadelphia around that time, my friend.
Yeah. So like those kids were like the coolest kids in the world. And I knew some kids like this in like elementary school, middle school, where they were good at every single fucking sport. Like they were good. Like they were incredible skateboarders. They were incredible surfers. They were incredible rollerbladers. They played roller hockey. Like they played hockey, they played every sport basically, and they were good at everything. And I remember there was this one episode where Tony Hawk was in the episode. Like it was a cartoon version. It was a cartoon version of Tony Hawk, but it was Tony Hawk. And so, yeah, man, that show fucking ruled. And like that inspired so much of like that next wave of skateboarders in like the early 2000s. So it was Rocket Power.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So I knew you would know what he was talking about. Like,
yeah,
because what we started off before we read our rosters, we talked about who didn't quite make the cut. And he was like, I can't have any of the Rocket Power kids in there because they're too good at everything. It's just cheating.
Yeah. It's like having the kid from Backyard Baseball, Pablo Sanchez, on your team. He's like the greatest baseball player of all time. I think that may be beyond your like.
But I just missed Backyard Baseball too. Like I was, my favorite baseball game growing up was Ken Griffey Jr.'s RBI baseball. I believe it was RBI, which was a Super Nintendo one. And you could rename all the players and all the teams because it didn't have like the player's license.
Oh.
So like you could go in though and you could manually like name the entire Phillies team, which we named the entire Phillies team. But then my dad, which I think you can see where my genealogy comes from. My dad would just come up with like, I don't know. He would name like teams after like the Three Stooges and shit on like the other teams. Like it would just be all joke names on all the other teams that would make them laugh when they come up to bat. But yeah, I think they only had Griffey's rights. So it would just be a bunch of fake guys.
Yeah, so was it just Ken Griffey Jr. and a bunch of randos you never heard of before?
Yeah, just like a bunch of rando. Like but they were all the designs of like the players they were supposed to be.
Okay.
Like if you played any next gen, I mean like PS2 like baseball game at the time, Barry Bonds wasn't in the players union, I think, so they couldn't use Barry Bonds likeness. So it would always be like, I think in MVP baseball, which I think is MVP baseball 2005, I think is still the best baseball game of all time. Those mid 2000s, by the way, sports games, that was the renaissance right there.
That was easily, dude. That like, I swear to God, like the mid to late, I'm gonna say more mid-ish 2000s. I'm talking the mid. Yeah, like 2000,
because that's when the graphics got a little bit better.
Yeah,
and they really did, because the NFL game with T.O. on the cover, I think it's
ESPN
2K5.
NFL 2K5. That was the best.
Unbelievable. That might be the GOAT sports game in general.
Madden has not even come close to that. Yeah. That game is 21 years old, Steve. Madden is still trying to figure out how to replicate Madden 2K5.
That game had the single coolest feature I've ever seen in any franchise mode ever, where it would have a full Sports Center rundown of the rest of the league.
Yes,
and it would generate plays for the fake games that happened in the league. So you could watch highlights from the other games that happened in your league. So that was I thought that was so cool. And the fact that they went to Madden never did anything like that, I thought is just one of the biggest just travesties ever. 2K5, unbelievable. MVP baseball 2005. The NHL games were crushing it in that entire. There were 2 NHL games, and they were both better than anything we have today by a mile.
We were living in the golden age of gaming, not just sports gaming, but gaming in general. From, I would say, like 2001 to 2007. I would say like that era was unbelievable for video games. And like,
I burnt through my PS2. Like I played through my PS2. Like I had 2 different PlayStation 2s because like I played it so much.
Yeah, that was an incredible time. And we had no idea, Steve. We did not know how good we had it until it was over. And now looking back, like looking at the video games we have now, and this is not to say that there are no good video games.
There are some unbelievable games now. Don't get me wrong.
But back then, man, there was something magic about those games.
There was something magic. And to also put it in perspective, I just had to buy my 3rd PS5 controller because of stick drift.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane. It's such a scam. But 2K5, the mid 2000s for those sports games were so freaking good. NBA Street was around that time too. NBA Street, best basketball game ever.
Even Madden 2005 was good. Like the one with like
they were still trying.
Yeah, like the Michael Vick one, 2004. Like
that's when they started the hit stick and shit. Like that, they had some good innovations back then.
It was good. Like all the games were good back then, and now it's like now sports games in general, all trash, unanimously trash. Like NHL sucks. At Madden, don't even get me fucking. I haven't bought a Madden in like 10 years.
I bought a Madden a couple years ago just because it was very cheap, and I like playing every now and then because it's like a good like when I'm just trying to like kind of mindlessly play a game. Yeah, zone out.
Yeah,
I like Madden. I like NHL for those situations where I could just like hammer a few games out and not think about this horror of a world. But it's like I don't know
the world.
No, how much time you got?
Yeah, right.
How much time you got? Now, we're not here to talk about all the horrible things in the world. We're here to talk about video games. No, I guess we're here to talk about hockey. There is not much going on. One story from last week, though, that I was interested in talking about, and I did 3 Flyers podcasts last week, but I managed to not talk about this, which is amazing. Ryan Johansen finally had his case settled. So this is, you might have forgotten that the Flyers technically own the rights to Ryan Johansen, or they did until they terminated his contract. And he was part of the Sean Walker trade with the Colorado Avalanche. And at first it was like, well, he's washed, but maybe he could just play some 4th line minutes, 3rd line minutes. Who cares? Because Flyers don't have center depth. And then you start hearing about how he's hurt and then he's going to go play with the Well, first it was they're going to assign him to the Phantoms. Then you hear about how he's hurt, but there's no specifics on the injury at all. And then he disappears for a while. And then on August 20th, 2024, the Flyers terminated Ryan Johansen's contract, which had 1 year remaining and a $4 million cap hit, citing a material breach. This, by the way, is from a Yahoo article on it. Johansen had played in all 63 regular season games for the Avalanche before the trade, scoring 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. He was traded in the Sean Walker deal, and he had played just 2 days before that, and then all of a sudden, couldn't play. And it was very suspicious, very weird. And he just kind of disappeared, and then the Flyers terminated his contract. And it kind of seemed like he didn't want to play, so it made sense that the Flyers would terminate his contract. And it's one of those things where it's like, I understand Sean Walker's perspective, like you want to get paid the contract that you sign, but at the same time, you got to do your job. You got to go out there and play, even if it's for stupid ass Lehigh Valley, you know, like nobody wants to go to Allentown. Ask Alexei Kolosov, but like, you got to do it, dude. It's your job. So if you're just kind of making up injuries, I think the other part of this puzzle too is the fact that Ryan Johansen's agent is our good buddy, Kurt Overhart, the professional wrestler himself. So you might recall had a client by the name of Cutter William Gauthier, I believe it's the other way around, but who cares, that also didn't want to mysteriously play for your Philadelphia Flyers. And he also represented Z Booyam, who the Flyers famously chose not to draft and traded with the Minnesota Wild to avoid drafting Z Booyam. So something about Kurt Overhart, you know, and the Flyers is there's a pattern there. And I don't know how much of a factor that played. There's really not a lot of publicly available information, but a judge ruled in favor of the Flyers on this. So that is over. The contract was terminated. And if Ryan Johansen wants to go play for another team, he can go do that. But yeah, it was just such a weird situation. I'm glad it's over. And like, I just, what's your problem, bro? What's Kurt Overhart's problem?
I don't know how much the Kurt Overhart thing plays into all this, but like it is weird, definitely. Like just the whole Ryan Johansen thing, and it seemed like maybe there could have been some beef between him and Torts because he played for Torts.
Right, that was the other factor I forgot about. That's a good point, Quigs.
So like, I wonder if Torts was just going to be like, yeah, he's not fucking. I hate him. I hate Ryan Johansen. He's not going to play, and then we're going to send him down to the AHL. And I mean,
famously, John Tortorella never had a problem with anybody. Certainly, nobody who actively plays for the Flyers now, whose name rhymes with Yam Cork.
Yeah, no, none of that. So, yeah, it was just a very bizarre situation. Now, Steve, the conclusion of the Ryan Johansen saga brings up a really interesting question. I actually just posted this on Blue Sky and on Twitter. Wow. Who was the better Philadelphia athlete? Frank Gore or Ryan Johansen?
Oh, I'm going to go with Frank Gore because Frank Gore didn't like actually sign a contract with the Eagles and then refuse to play for the Eagles.
Yes.
He just had the tampering period reported contract and then decided for the Colts instead.
The Colts. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know the exact timeline, but things worked out for the Birds because they won 2 Super Bowls. Go Birds. But
it's true.
The Frank, that's a great question. I do like that. But no, it's definitely Frank Gore just because Ryan Johansen, whatever happened there, did not want to play here.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my read on it. I mean, I think it's a fair assessment given that the arbitrator ruled in favor of the Flyers here. And like the Players Association, like put up a little bit of a fight, but not a large fight. Because if this had actual merit, they would be out there kicking and screaming about this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It just seems it just seems real fishy, the entire thing. And so I'm not gonna sit here and you know, listen, the Flyers have been accused of some wild things. Like, you remember the cancer thing with the fucking Zamboni? Like, weird stuff has happened with the Flyers over the last, 15 years specifically. Well, really forever since they started existing. But like they have been known, weird things have happened with the Flyers, but it just, this one was particularly strange just because he was like fine. And then all of a sudden he's hurt. And it was real weird. So I don't know what happened. Who cares? It's over. Ryan Johansen is, I would guess he's done. I mean, he hasn't played in like 2 years now. So
something like that. This mysterious injury that he supposedly has.
Yeah, well, not 2 years, but he missed all of last season. Now, here's an interesting thing, Steve. Ryan Johansen, let's take a look back at his little silly little career here, shall we? So he played 905 games, 202 goals, and 578 points. Not bad. That's
Not bad.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty solid career over what, like 15 years? I think it was like 15 seasons he played.
That's decent.
That's decent. I would say that's decent. Now, we can't say that ever again. That was horrible. So
decent nuts.
Another thing I'll say, and I was about to literally compare apples and oranges here. I was going to compare Ryan Johansen's stats to Frank Gore's stats. Something I did not know, Steve. Frank Gore, and I know this is football. This is a hockey podcast, but just play along. Frank Gore ran for 16,000 yards in his career. That's crazy.
It's a lot of yards right there.
I did not know that. That is wild to me.
Because he was durable, and I think durability is what it all comes down to. He just like never got hurt.
Yeah. And like when he did get hurt, he would miss not many. It's not like he missed full seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would miss like a couple games here and there, but like, God damn, 16,000 yards. That's crazy.
That's a lot. Yeah. 16,000 yards is unbelievable. He was a great player. He was it was kind of a bummer that the Birds didn't get him, but he was also old at that point. So it was like,
okay. So it was whatever, but
okay. Not a huge deal, but it just felt like a very Eagles thing to happen at the time.
Right.
A very Philadelphia thing.
But yeah, moral of the story here, Ryan Johansen, gone forever. So see ya.
Go kick rocks, my guy. Go kick rocks.
I don't even think about Ryan. Honestly, when this news came out, I was like, oh yeah. I forgot all about that man. I haven't thought about him in forever.
Yeah. Don't join the party. Don't be a part of this. We're all good. We're all good without you, bud.
He can go.
He certainly not making the 25 under 25 because he's well over 25.
Yeah. Yes, he is. In fact, is he 35?
He was 33 as of the
33. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 33. So yeah.
Okay.
But again, like he was pretty washed already. Yeah. But I mean, like it's a shame because like he could, probably have fit into the Flyers somewhere if he really wanted to because the center depth is shit, but they didn't want it in. He didn't want in on it at all. And he's not going to be part of this exciting time in Flyers history right there.
I really don't understand why the Flyers are making such a big deal about their center depth and how they need to get a 1C because they've had one right under their nose this entire time. It's Ryan Johansen.
Yeah, clearly he's right there.
I don't know what they're doing.
He's right there. But hey, I mentioned 25 under 25. It's one of the most wonderful times of the year in Broad Street hockey. The 25 under 25 started today. And I just wanted to give some kudos to you and all the great writers at BSH for putting this together every year. One of the best features we do. And it's one that I don't usually chime in on because I have been made a fool with this before. And I think everybody does such a good job that my contribution is not needed at all because everybody's so good at just giving us summary on these guys. And it's just a good spotlight of like who's up and coming within the organization.
I love top 25 under 25. And I actually feel like a heel because I completely just did not have time to like actually make my list, my rankings. So I was a little sad about that, but I don't know what the final ranking is for Broad Street hockey, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I'm pretty sure we can guess who number one is. I'm not going to be surprised if it's maybe someone from the country Russia. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But top 25 under 25 always rocks. We always do such a great job with it, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, we all know Maffei's number one, but hey, who else is up there? Because there's some great names in the organization. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we all know number two too. But yeah. I think there's a clear 1 and 2 that we're both pumped for. I mean, we already are living in the Mishkov era, but the Martone era will come at some point in the next year, a couple years, and I'm pumped for that too. So there's just so many exciting names, but you also have guys like Jet Luchenko in the system right now, and Oliver Bonk. Like there's some really good names in there, and there might be guys that you don't know about. So follow the top 20 or follow the 25 under 25. We're also going to be doing some podcasts and some videos that tie into that. So look for that over on the YouTube channel and wherever you watch your podcast or listen to your podcast. So a lot of tie-in content around the 25 under 25 of BSH.
Yeah, I'm excited for those. There's going to be a lot of good discussion. I think what we'll end up doing is we'll probably do maybe one kind of recap per week of, the latest players ranked on the top 25 under 25 list. And we'll just kind of discuss and decide, I think this guy should have been higher. I think this guy should have been lower. All that stuff. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. So I'm happy to have the tie-in content. We're going to try to do a lot more of that this coming season. We had a podcast meeting. We actually had a couple meetings in the past few weeks, and I'm excited to see what we roll out this season because I think everybody's energized. I think everybody has a good feel for what they're good at, and there's a few new things that we want to try. So I think the video content is going to be really good this coming season.
Yeah, some YouTube shorts. Really excited about those YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
I know our friend Italian Joe De Marini is going to
Mr.
be
Bean.
He's going to be tackling those. So I'm really excited for that because listen, man, content, it's video now, baby. And
there's a lot of it. I lament it, but then again, here's my face on video multiple times a week talking about the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, so we'll see what Joe's got cooking up. I'm excited to see how that all turns out.
Joe, I think Jacob's got some stuff cooking. I know Gilbs was talking about putting some stuff out there. Us, obviously, the whole gang. I feel like I'm forgetting people, but I mean, Thomas, obviously, but and Kyle. So we've got the Fly guys too. Man, so much video content, so much tangy tent coming out on BSH this coming season. So be on the lookout for all of that. Let's get into some mailbag. We asked for a couple mailbag questions. We got a couple. So very happy with everybody who submitted questions on Blue Sky. Thank you so much for that. First question came from Brute Impact, who said, sign one to an additional 10 years, wave one, fight one. So kind of an F, marry, kill right here, right?
Okay.
Sign one for an additional 10 years, wave one, fight one. Delorier, Risto, Tippett.
Okay. So I'm waving Nick Delorier.
Yes.
Because I'm not fighting Nick Delorier.
I'm not fighting Nick Delorier.
I'm not doing that. So I'm waving Nick Delorier. I am signing Owen Tippett to 10 years because there's still the possibility that he could be good. I think objectively he's a good player, but he could be good, really good,
He's so frustrating because he has so many skills and tools that he should be better at.
He has the potential.
He has the potential. So I have to agree with that, but unfortunately this does leave you fighting Risto. However, I don't know if I've ever seen Risto fight.
I have. He sucks. He fucking sucks at fighting. So I would gladly, and I know he's bigger than me. He'll beat me. He'll easily beat me. He's much stronger than me. He's much larger than me. I will lose, but he's also
had enough leg injuries.
Yes.
So then I might be able to sweep the leg.
Yeah. So if I attack the leg, maybe I can knock him down and then just pummel him. And then also he's Scandinavian. I feel like they don't like to fight very much. So
he doesn't like to, because he would be fighting more if he liked to fight.
He's
clearly
does
not. Brucey, he's not a fighter. Brucey thinks he's a fighter.
You remember, just because you're large doesn't mean you're good at fight. You remember?
I know.
Great example. Do you remember a few years ago, Travis Sanheim got absolutely destroyed in a fight by Nathan Gerby, the smallest man to ever exist.
Oh my God, that's right. And Nathan Gerby was tiny. He was a pocket-sized hockey
He was
player.
5'4". He was so small. He was a full foot shorter than Travis Sanheim, and Travis Sanheim got his ass kicked. It was so funny. So just because you're tall and you're large doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed win for you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But great question, Brute Impact. Maybe we'll have to follow the sign one, wave one, fight one format later this season for some other guys. I like that.
That's good.
Adrian, said, judging by other teams' rebuilding timelines, who would you want the Flyers to start a new rivalry with once they get good and into the playoffs a few times? I guess mostly in the East. So, yeah, I think the East thing is an interesting caveat because the Flyers have almost a budding rivalry with the Ducks going on right now because of Gauthier. And also, but it's weird because it's like a rivalry that we hate Gauthier, and that was two very chippy games last season.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the GMs are clearly pretty friendly with each other if they're making deals like the Zegras deal.
Yeah. They seem to be on great terms. So, but yeah, the team, like, I think the players, they got beef just because the whole Cutter thing. But in terms of like, what's a good rivalry? Like, I can't sit here and say that the Flyers and Ducks are going to be like the big rivalry for the Flyers because like they're a Western Conference team.
They'd have to meet in the Cup every damn year.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. So
right, because the Ducks aren't going to make it.
No, they're not going. The Flyers are. Ducks aren't because they stink. They have a shitty Cutter Gauthier on their team.
It's true. It's true, and they also have the worst logo, the Web D. It's no good.
Yeah. That'll never happen. But I will. I do think it comes down to the Rangers and Devils.
I believe more with the Devils in that front because
I'm leaning Devils. Yeah, because the Devils have really good players right now. Like the reason they were shit last year was because they were so hurt. If everyone's healthy, the Devils are like kind of scary. They're a good team when everyone's healthy. So
the Devils should have been a lot better than they've been the last year or two. They really should be. And they have the talent. I mean, if Jack Hughes is healthy, that is an outstanding NHL player. He might not be necessarily the phenom you expected when they drafted him, but he's still very good.
Yeah. So I'm going to lean Devils Flyers being the big rivalry for the next 10 years. But if the Rangers somehow turn things around, which they do have Mike Sullivan, like he's one of the best coaches in the NHL, like he could turn them around pretty quickly. And if the Flyers become good at the same time that Mike Sullivan has the Rangers kind of on a roll, that could be good too, because like obviously there's the hatred between Philly teams and New York teams. Like there's no doubt about that. And so in like a few years ago, I remember all the Rangers fans came to the Farg, RAP by the way, they came to the Farg and they took over and it was just fucking embarrassing. I would love if that just kind of, that bad blood between the fans continued and kind of spilled over onto the ice too.
See, my only thing about the Rangers is I don't know if we're talking strictly about the Flyers timeline. I feel like the Rangers' elite talent is either in their prime right now or older. Like Panarin's older. Fox might be good for a while.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. And Shesterkin, how old is Shesterkin at this point?
Not that old. I think he's like 29 or something like that.
Shesterkin is 29, but he's in his prime right now. And if we're talking about the Flyers, like really amping up, like that's going to be like probably 2 years. So at this point, he's going to be, a little bit older. So I don't know. I lean much more towards the Devils. The Devils were my first thought.
Yeah.
The Islanders are interesting too, because the Islanders just really started rebuilding, but they had a really good draft and they got 3 potentially very good players in the first round this past year. So the Islanders are an interesting one. I can't see them ever really having a Carolina rivalry too much. Because,
not really.
Carolina's just, there's never going to be that animosity. Columbus is interesting too, because Columbus is on a similar timeline to the Flyers. What's not going to be is the Penguins, because they old.
Unless Steve,
don't you dare.
You already know.
Don't you
Just
dare.
Saying.
Don't you dare. Don't even think it.
It could happen.
Don't you dare.
If you don't know what we're talking about, just don't worry about it. Just continue living your life and don't live in this fantasy world of the worst possible thing ever happening to the Flyers.
Well,
and
the problem is too, is the NHL loves to rig shit for the Penguins. Like they love it. They love it.
Yeah.
The Penguins got like
and the Blackhawks.
4 studs in like 3 years of drafts or something, or 4 years of drafts. Like
it's
completely rebuilt their entire franchise. It was disgusting.
Nauseating. So but there's a really good possibility that the Penguins will be real bad for a long time, which is hilarious. So fuck you, Pittsburgh.
Fuck you, Pittsburgh. Fuck you. So yeah, I think Adrian. At the end of the day, I think the Devils are my answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Devils too. But I
Just
just,
because-
you're right. You're right. I could see the Islanders being up there too. Just because,
Islanders
like,
are an interesting one.
yeah, that could be
Yeah.
good.
Then we have 2 from Twan John, which always cracks me up. Twan the Flyers John, longtime listener over here. First off, if you were inside the Gritty costume, where would you show up and what would you want to do? Full anonymity.
Where would I show up?
And like, what would you want to do? So one day, Gritty costume, nobody knows it's you. You can fuck with whoever you want to fuck with. Now, I have an answer that I'm not going to say on the show because I think that's a little too spicy for the territory we're talking in right here.
Oh, I think I can guess what you're thinking about.
Sure do. Orange, punching orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we can all read between the lines there. Well, clearly I would show up with Guy Fieri and Fred Durst, and we'd all just hang out in the Gritty costume and make podcasts together, or videos, I guess, because Gritty doesn't
All three
talk.
of you inside the costume.
Yeah, all 3 of us inside. It's
doable.
Gross. That's gross. Can you imagine what a combination of myself, Fred Durst, and Guy Fieri in one costume smells like?
Can't even ponder
that.
that.
That's hell.
Yeah.
That's actually a circle of hell right there. That BO stench. That couldn't be good for anybody. That's no good at all. Hey bro, clearly the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Am I right?
I think I would just go to wherever very prim and proper rich people are.
Yes.
Just start ruining everything.
Real 80s slobs versus snobs kind of style.
Yeah, I would go to
shit.
I would go to a yacht club and just start I'm sure there's if there's a restaurant, just start flipping tables, taking people's food, smushing it all up in their face. Listen, Steve, I hate the rich. I really do.
Eat the rich, baby.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking right now of there's one of my favorite Saturday Night Live sketches of all time. There's this one where it's this band getting ready to play this wedding, right? It's this father playing his daughter's wedding, and he's going like, we got the band back together for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it turns out that it's a friggin' 80s punk band, and they play just like 80s punk. Like Dave Grohl plays the drummer in the sketch. It's awesome.
Right.
And he's got like a gray ponytail. Brucey loves it too. And it's like he's doing like this song where he's like, when Ronald Reagan comes to town, he's smashing all the plates at the wedding and just like taking tablecloths off. It's friggin' awesome. And it's a fantastic set. So that's what I'm imagining, but it's gritty instead of like Fred Armisen just like destroying the entire wedding.
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly kind of the vibe that I would want. I just want to go somewhere where it's normally calm and, very organized and buttoned up. And then I just come in as Gritty and I fucking destroy everything.
You just wreck shit.
Some people in there would be like, haha, it's Gritty. Look how funny he's being. And then I go up to them and I start like beating the shit out of them. Like, not so funny now, is it?
Not so funny now.
Not so funny anymore.
Nope. It.
No, sir.
I'm trying to think what else would be like that, right? Where it's like showing up at like, I don't know, the orchestra or something, a night at the orchestra.
That would be good.
I think it would be funny to just sit there and watch and observe like the ballet, and you're just sitting there I assume would take 2 seats because there's no way Gritty just fits in one seat, and you're just sitting there, leg crossed, enjoying it and creeping everybody out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be a pretty good one.
Because I feel like there's 2 great things to do in the Gritty costume besides get chicks. Am I right?
Okay.
There's freak people out and cause chaos, but then there's freak people out and just be like silent, like where you're just staring at things.
Yeah,
like,
just look at them.
And the occasional hand squeak. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Maybe just like being in the Gritty costume and just walking around Philadelphia and pick one person, like one very just like, ordinary looking person, and just start following them.
What if you took the Gritty costume and you went around Pittsburgh and you just started causing chaos in Pittsburgh, just slapping coleslaw sandwiches out of people's hands?
That would be nice. I would
That
enjoy
would be
that.
fun. It could be
That'd be good.
dangerous, but then again, I don't know. I'm not scared of anybody in Pittsburgh.
I was going to say if
Like, who's going to hurt you? Steely McBeam?
if actual Gritty did that, he would be in no danger because actual Gritty would slice everyone in half with an axe. But we have to consider I'm in the Gritty costume. I can't defend myself.
No.
So like, yeah.
Neither of us are the athlete that Gritty is, and Gritty is an elite athlete.
Yes. Yes, he is the best athlete in Philadelphia.
The GOAT, if you will.
Mhm.
We always say the Fanatic's the GOAT mascot, but Gritty is the toughest mascot. Like, Gritty's the scariest mascot, and Gritty is so ridiculously athletic. Like, I think the Fanatic's fantastic at the whole shtick, but I've seen Gritty like snowboard. I've seen Gritty throw axes with perfect accuracy. Gritty has done the most crazy athletic stuff that you can do in a mascot uniform.
Yeah. No, and it's very fitting that he's the Flyers mascot. Like, because he's just this badass, like, psychotic thing. And like the Fanatic is also like psychotic, but I wouldn't call him badass. You know what I mean?
The Fanatic's not scary. Like, the Fanatic's
he's
like
funny.
Adorable. Like,
Yeah,
he's funny, but also like the tongue like is adorable and funny. And even when like Tommy Lasorda's trying to beat up the Fanatic, it's just like funny. Whereas like Brucey, for the love of God. Whereas like Gritty's got that stare, those intense eyes that really get you.
Just looking at you. Yeah.
Just looking at you. Come here. Stop being a brat. Oh my God, he's being such a brat right now. He's being such a brat. He doesn't want me to podcast anymore, folks. Twan John had one more. Twan John. John. I just said it like I forget who it was in Creed, but the female love interest in Creed goes like John.
Yeah,
like, no, it's John. But Twan John said trade proposal to Anaheim, Owen Tippett and a first-round pick to Philadelphia, Mason McTavish. And here's the most important part of this deal, and I don't think Anaheim should do this based on this part of the deal. Mason McTavish and Brohim.
Oh,
I mean, that's a no-brainer from our side.
I
would take Mason McTavish and Brohim.
I would absolutely take that. Oh, what a deal that would be.
It's a great deal.
I would do that. I really would. God, what a goal song. Why'd they stop? They shouldn't have stopped.
I don't know. I will never understand why they ditched Brohim. Like, I enjoy the Van Halen, but Brohim was... I love Brohim.
I like the Van Halen, but it's just like we can do better. And Brohim was top tier, S tier.
Yeah, Brohim's fantastic. Like, we should have kept.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Yes. Do you want to do this final segment today? Do you want to do the great Kill Bill debate, or do you want to?
Let's stash that one. And literally the only reason why is because we're losing light. And so if some of you
Ryan Quigley needs to get another additional light for podcasting. He needs to get like just an IKEA lamp to go in the background or something.
Well, what I could do is like maybe I'll get like just a lamp and keep it on the windowsill or something. But so normally when I do this podcast, I do it we do it when it's light outside, and
at least lately.
Yeah, I have plenty of sunlight on my face, but right now it is 7:21 p.m. and like in August, you know, it's getting a little dark now.
Oh my God, it just darkened so much after you said that. Did you do that on cue?
The L's going by. So
that was crazy timing.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
You're back in the light. Well, I've got an impatient puppy over here too. Yeah, to be fair, I have impeded on his dinner time, so I understand why he's cranky.
I feel partially responsible for that. So
no, I needed to get this done, and it's my fault because I also was I did 3 PHLYs. I talked about this team way too much for August. I did 3 PHLYs, and I wrote and rehearsed a 15 or 13-minute sketch show. So like, I did a lot last week, and I worked my full-time job.
That is a lot. I would not have survived. So
I don't know how I did, but I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of fun. The sketch show, even though it was before like 4 people, was a lot of fun. And it's just cool to like, I know I make a lot of stuff on here, but it was cool to kind of make something and then like act it out live in front of people. And like, it's a little different too when you're podcasting, like creating something versus like when you write a scene and then there's something about crafting jokes and then executing them that feels really good. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's always good when you're on that that show. It's always fun. It's a little bit extra bit of spice, little extra bit of zest, flavor.
Oh, when you're talking about when I'm on PHL, yes, I do bring zest. I was talking about the sketch stuff.
Oh,
but,
I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you, Steve.
I wing it. I wing it way more.
So bad just now.
No, here it's actually hilarious because here versus PHLY, I do a lot of the show planning. Like, not that you do, like you definitely contribute a fair amount, but like
you do,
I do a lot of
it.
I do a lot of the outlining. Yeah. Brucey, for the love of God. So I do a lot of the planning for this one and a lot of the topics. PHLY, I do the opposite. I pretty much just show up. He's out chasing a fly, by the way. I pretty much just show up and talk for the most part. Bill does a lot of the outlining. I contribute a little bit. And Brenna, the producer, in my opinion, Brenna does all the hard work. So like I show up and I just kind of talk and I wing it. So I bring chaos to the mix. But producers are always the unsung heroes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I was talking about writing the sketches because like we did like 4 sketches or something and I wrote the bulk of it, and like getting to plan that stuff out and perform and execute was just like a cool feeling.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
A lot less people witnessed any of this than any of the podcasting stuff I've ever done, but it's very fulfilling in its own way.
It makes you fun. Yeah. It makes you happy and it's a fun thing to do. It's a cool hobby.
No, it's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's mostly Emily's, but like this one, I normally like tag onto her stuff. Like this one was me and my 2 buddies, but like I did most of the planning. So apparently I got to go feed this puppy, but thanks so much to FanDuel for sponsoring this podcast. Go check them out. Fantastic if you want to put some action over on the fighting Phillies because they're tearing up. Well, they tore up the Mariners yesterday. Hopefully they tear them up again tonight. You'll be hearing this on Wednesday, so hopefully they won. He's getting cranky, so we're going to get out of here. But thanks again to FanDuel, and sorry for the barking puppy. If you have any feedback for us, the best place is on social media. The best place to find me is on Blue Sky. You can find me at Flyperbole or at Esteban. If it's for hockey purposes, make it Flyperbole. It's Flyperbole on Instagram. It's Flyperbole on TikTok. Quigs, where can people find you on the socials?
At Ryan Quigs with a Z. Thank you. You're muted.
Good. This is a very professional ending to this podcast. This is awesome. This is great. I love my dog barking at me and rushing things. It's awesome. I can't ask for anything better. Folks, this is Flyperbole. It's pure chaos. We love you. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, in the words of the great Gene Hart, barking Brucey, good night and good hockey. Roof, 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 roof.